Hey everybody, it's Beverly. Welcome back to Gray's Garden. I want to show you some of the finds I got today at the Mounts Botanical Garden spring plant sale at the Mounts Botanical Garden in West Palm Beach, Florida. Now in their garden center, you know, people donate things, and this whole bag of metal stakes and poles was marked at $10. Everything was 50% off. So I got it for $5, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. Here is a nice big fake wine barrel, resin, plastic. Was $29, and I got it for half price, so $14.99, and I thought that was a good deal. And I got me a Seminole pumpkin for $6. And it's happy, and I'm going to plant that today. I do have some Seminole pumpkin seeds that came up that I planted on April 11th, and those are these little, where are you guys? Right here, April 11th. So those are doing pretty good. We're going to try them this year. And I was so excited to see an Everglades tomato. Now, I'm going to do a separate video where I show you some of the other things that were actually in the garden while I was walking around. And they had like this whole, not a field, but whole area. And that's all it was this. This was like the ground cover. It was so cool. It was all Everglades tomatoes. So, I got a balsam. Isn't that gorgeous? I usually don't buy annuals, but I'm doing a project with our city to try to get more bees in. Isn't that cool looking? So I thought, what the hey. There was, so all these plants, except for the orchids, were at the Mounts Botanical Garden nursery. So if you're ever there, they grow a lot of natives like this frog fruit, which is awesome. We can use it for ground cover, and the bees like it. This is something new for me, a Jamaican poinsettia. So we're going to see how that does. There is a lady at a separate booth. These were orchids. She had them in a box. They were mystery orchids. We don't know what color, what species, whatever. They were $3 a piece, and I figured, what the heck. So back to Mounts. This native coreopsis, tick seed, which is coreopsis. And I'm hoping that reseeds like crazy. This is pineapple thistle. This is a lily, euchrocia, and what I thought was super cool was like these little tentacles. Very, very cool. I laid this one down sideways. Another salvia. Can't get enough of salvias. Spotted bee balm. This was one thing I was so hoping to find. So I got 2 of those. Those were $6 a piece. And if you're a member of Mounts, you get a discount, so you're not paying the full price. And I'd rather support the local nursery that does a lot of good for the community. This is the native corky stem passion vine. Very slow grower. So I'm going to keep that on the porch for a while before it gets eaten. The dune sunflower, which is awesome. This will get big, like it says, sunflower looking plants year round. And of course, a giant milkweed. So those are the plants that I got from Mounts, and I'll be back later to show you some of the other cool things that they had going on in the garden. Okay, so get out there and do something today, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.